To the last round of our MCC 2017 finished in 2022 fall season grand finals. We're going here to Whitewater Rapids. It's about time. So, we had an original grand final schedule. We pretty much cheesed all those tracks. Well, some of them. We kept some of them. Road Atlanta was an idea. We ended up finishing it. The Arena Cross was more so just like a new idea. But Whitewater Rapids, the last track here, this one was a little bit different. So this was supposed to be like the grand final last track for the World of Outlaws series. This was supposed to be like the championship track, and then obviously we didn't end up finishing that one. So it's kind of like two birds with one stone here. We wanted to get this track in for this grand finals, so that way we get the what was supposed to be like the World of Outlaw finale and still finish off this other MCC season grand final as well. And yeah, kind of like best of both worlds there. So gonna finish it out at Whitewater Rapids. This is a track I've been looking forward to racing for a long time, and we're finally here getting to do it. It's gonna be awesome. Qualifying results. Taking the pole was Opix, and this is crazy. It was a 10.3, qualifying second, Bean with a 10.31. Third was Slaunch with a 10.33, Roman fourth with a 10.36. They're so close. Detail fifth with a 10.39. Real Deal sixth with a 10.43, and then Rebel and Luke seventh and eighth with a 10.58. So a little bit off pace there. Definitely got to figure something out going into the Moto. So yeah, so now we're gonna line it up, and again, your starting order, it's gonna be Opix first on the front row, Bean second, and then coming up in third.
To the line is the number 343 Papa Sam.
And then moving into fourth, we've got Roman fifth, Detail sixth is gonna be Real Deal seventh, Rebel, and eighth, Luke rounding it out. Let's get into the motos here, Whitewater Rapids. It is finally time. 60 lap motos. We're going green at Whitewater Rapids for the finale. 7 years in the making. Here we go. Unironically, 7 years in the making. As we're going to run 60 laps here on this track that should have been an iconic track, but it was kind of forgotten about over time, but now we're finally here racing it, and I hope it turns out as great as it seemed it was going to
Holy shit.
in testing. And already it looks like the racing is looking pretty good. We got a few packs going on here. It looks like we have potential for a 4 wide here if they can get it going. Luke and Roman are going to try to get a little draft going here. They're going to see an inside move happening with Bean. We got Rebel up there in fourth, it looks like. The battle for the lead it's hard to see. It's hard to see. It might be Detail and Opix right now, I think. But Slaunch is also involved in that. And the World of Outlaw series, like, new to... Oh, man, it's almost like a 4 wide for the lead. The World of Outlaw series new to a lot of these drivers, so... The two drivers with the most experience running World of Outlaw in this field probably are, I would say, like, definitely are Luke and Slaunch. So for a lot of these drivers running in this grand finals, aside from maybe a couple races in the MCC fall series that we did, that were World of Outlaw style, because I know we did at least one. God. Aside from those, I think a lot of the drivers in this field actually don't have that much experience with the World of Outlaw racing, so be interesting to see how they handle it here.
Yeah, well,
So we're already 10 laps into this race. It's raging on, and this one's sadly gonna go by pretty fast because this track is awesome, and we're gonna see some great racing here at the intended finale track from 7 years in the past. Again, we were going to run something else for this particular grand final, but given this new opportunity, thought of running Whitewater Rapids instead, and just kind of had to jump on that opportunity. Like, couldn't pass that one up. Drivers losing full at Rebels stick slapping was pretty funny during the race, not gonna lie.
you're good. It's just I'm not
Roman going for a dive move here. Luke might send it back to the inside. We might get a little reach draft attempt between the two drivers, and that is definitely something that you can do. Like, you can see Luke bouncing off of Roman here, getting some speed boosts. Like, it's definitely something that you can do. It's a lot harder to set up, though, in World of Outlaw when you're drifting. It's very difficult to pull off. Definitely a lot easier in normal oval racing, when you can keep your traction and keep it side by side. A lot easier. In this series, not really the easiest thing to pull off, but if you can do it, and oh my god, and especially in a 3 wide, it's doable.
Reach draft? Oh, this reach draft is working.
As Larry David works his way into the team chat somehow, not sure how that happened. One of the radio engineers in our field here definitely trolling. Gonna have to fire that guy. The battle for, it looks like Detail's gotten away with the lead a little bit, but the battle for second is still raging on. Definitely see Slaunch there.
Reach draft?
I want to say Slaunch Optics involved up there. I'm trying to figure out who it all is. It's hard to tell from here.
Shit, elevator music is deep.
I'm not quite sure. It might be Rebel too. It might be Rebel as well.
We do be vibing.
The elevator music coming on now we're talking. Three wide, and that might open things up. Roman, Rebel, and Opix. Meanwhile, it looks like Detail and Slaunch have kind of gotten out with first and second. Oh, Halo soundtrack. There we go. There we go. And this is, yep, this is where the action is going to heat up. We have a great view for this, too. This is one case where the way that we have to film this actually worked out. Whoa, it looked like Opix getting, whoa, and then Rebel going down low. Opix got super loose, and then Rebel went for a crazy move right there. That was dangerous. Definitely could have seen our first caution there, but somehow we keep it clean throughout all of that. We have Luke going for the slide job, but Realdale's going to prevent that from happening, so now he's entering this battle as well. And we have like somewhat of like a 5-way battle here for third. Maybe even a 6-way battle, because Slaunch isn't too far out in front, but now Detail in the lead is really starting to stretch that lead because of all of this battling that's going down, all these crazy slide jobs and maneuvers through the middle of the pack. Look at that, 3 wide down to the inside in turn 3. They pull it back up to the outside by the exit of the corner, and then they single out. And I promise we're going to see more of that before this race is over. A lot more of that. Rebel had kind of a rough run there because it opened up the door for Luke on the outside, actually.
I hate the fact that I can't see names.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah,
And again, these slide jobs. Whoa! Luke trying not to go into the wall there with Rebel sliding up, and they're keeping it clean. Another slide job maneuver. Real Deal behind, possibly trying to work his way into this as well. Roman and Opix still going at it up there, and Slaunch just trying to keep that edge in second place. Meanwhile, Luke and Rebel really putting on a show with these slide jobs here for 5th place. And Real Deal pretty close behind. And the interesting part of this battle, and the interesting part of this race right now, with the way that the running order is that you've got all the drivers that are like in the bottom of that top 6 that still have a chance of competing for this up front. You pretty much have like those 6, 5, 4 drivers up front. Meanwhile, you've got Rebel, Luke, and Real Deal, the top 3, back here in the mid pack battling it out. So the way this first moto is running right now, if it continues like this is definitely gonna shake up the points quite a bit. And, you know, bring that mid pack in the points a little bit closer to the people up top, and, you know, maybe make things interesting for this Moto too. I still think there's a chance for a lot of drivers in the field, so might make things pretty interesting. And speaking of interesting, Real Deal or Rebel and Luke still going at it in this 3-way battle, as there's the 3-way battle going on in front of them too, as the Skrillex comes on, Bangarang or something, I don't know. Slaunch still holding on to second. Opix and Roman have been going at that podium spot for a long time. And Rebel's going for it, but Real Deal's going for it too. Rebel, Real Deal, and Luke, I mean, this is realistically the battle for the Grand Finals championship right here. Even though they're in the mid-pack in this race, They're definitely the three most likely drivers to be going for this championship at this point. As we only have a quarter of this race remaining.
If you can get it,
Yeah. I wish I had somebody's draft right now.
And so far, I would say that this track has lived up to the hype. The battles have been great. Been having a good time spectating this one.
trying to make it work with the Roman here.
And now this mid-pack battle, they finally decided to settle it out, single it out for a little bit, and maybe try to line up and try to catch up to the drivers in front of them instead of duking it out so hard for their current positions, which is kind of a hard call to make because, again, you want to do as well as you can in the race, but at the same time, if it's the other drivers that you're probably battling with in the points, then you might as well just keep that battle up when you're so close with each other. So yeah, hard call to make, but that's what they've been deciding to do. And Real Deal does open the battle back up here. Now Luke's starting to find some speed on the outside, it looks like, and actually keeping up so far. And I mean, you can even see with the speed on the Mongoose, like when he's running that middle line, mostly staying around like 80 to 90. But when he was up on the wall there for a bit, it looks like he was hitting hundreds for a bit. So potentially some speed up there that's been unexplored.
That's the hard part, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like getting to the hundreds there, that might actually have some speed. And it looks like, yeah, now we're keeping like the 100 on that pretty much the whole way through almost. So Luke's changing up the line. Seems like he's found something, and it seems like it's working out as he's gotten away from Real Deal. But there's still a lot of ground to make up on the pack in front of him, but not a lot of time left. There's only 5 laps left, so it might be too little, too late. Might be helpful for the next moto, but it might be too late for Moto 1. But at the same time, they're going at it in front of him, so this might not be over yet. And there he goes. Roman's going to slide it in on Slaunch, going for that second place. And Opic's still lurking behind, waiting for his opportunity to strike. And with this battling, it looks like it, and this new line as well, it looks like it's allowing Luke to catch up a little bit too. So it might end up coming together right before the end of the race as they go 3 wide. Slaunch all the way up to the wall. And he hits a gopher and gets into Luke, and the caution comes out right before Detail in the lead hits finish. We're going to be going to a green-white checkered. Unbelievable. We're going to be going to a green-white checkered in our first moto here at the final track. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to once we get it figured out, because a lot of these drivers, again, like I said, not a lot of World of Outlaw experience and probably not familiar with the green-white checkered rules. But if you're not familiar with it, basically, it's like an overtime ruling. So you get like 3 attempts. Basically, you get 3 attempts at it, and it's only if it happens after the race was already supposed to end. So, for example, if this caution came out and they went back to green with 2 laps to go, like naturally, right? It would technically be a green-white checkered in the way that the flags would be waved, but it's not like the actual green-white checkered like overtime thing, if that makes sense. So this caution happened right before 1 to go, so that's why it's overtime. So what we're gonna do is 3 attempts if needed, 2 laps to go at the line. Again, 3 attempts if they need it, and let's see if these drivers can finish that race out. So in case you didn't understand it, I'll just simplify it. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go at the line. Gonna finish out this race here. Green flag. 2 laps to go at Whitewater Rapids, Moto 1. What's gonna happen? As we're going through 3 and 4, gonna be coming to the white flag, like a 4-wide battle here through the middle. The slides come up. Luke's trying to make that outside work as we go to the final corner, and it looks like Detail is gonna take it. The rest of the finishes were close. Let's roll it back and take a quick look at that. Let's take a slow-mo. I mean, it's obviously hard to tell all of them from our perspective, but let's take a look at it. Oh, I'm muting that. All right. Oh yeah, this was close to the line, but this was just like super close to the line. Hard to tell without theater, but because of screen lag and cheese, The way that we decided to run it for that one, for the Moto 1 finish, is detail first. I mean, he definitely had that one. For Moto 1 finish, I think we currently on the docs, I have Roman credited as second, but looking at this again, I feel like Rebel definitely had that. Let's go back and take another look. Yeah, at least in our perspective, it looks like Rebel absolutely had. I mean, hell, I might have even had. I was even close for beating Roman, although with screen lag, I think that Roman probably finished in front of me. But I think Rebel definitely had that, so I might have to make an adjustment there. So currently we have Roman down as second and Rebel down as third, but I think I might switch that. Luke fourth, Slaunch fifth, Opix sixth, Real Deal seventh, and Bean eighth. So that is the order for Moto 1. World of Outlaw races, man, they always end in a green-white checkered somehow, some way. It just always happens. I don't know how. Oh, skip past that. But yeah, some way, somehow, it just always happens. That's your order for Moto 1. And now we're going to go to Moto 2 and finish out this event here at Whitewater Rapids. So see you there in Moto 2.